back to Channel 2 News, where the news comes straight to you. This is Renzo Rodriguez reporting live from La Habana, Cuba. Tonight's special edition, all about Cuba.
Good evening, my name is Renzo Rodriguez.
And I'm Lucia Sanfiel.
Today, a major breakthrough in population. According to a recent study, nearly a third of all Cubans are expected to be over 60 years old by 2030, making it home to Latin America's most aging population. By 2030, the number of Cuba's elderly people is expected to jump to 3.4 million from 1.9 million in 2010, imposing considerable strains on social security, healthcare, and workforce in the country. According to a UN study published by local media on Sunday, by 2050, Cuba will be among the 11 most aging nations in the world, with 38% of its population over 60.
Buenos días, señora.
¿Quién eres tú, niño? ¡Sal de aquí! Oye, yo no te conozco a ti. ¡Violador!
Señora, por favor.
¡Violador!
Now on to Lucia Sanfiel with folk culture in Cuba.
Santeria has been a part of folk culture in Cuba for centuries, ever since African slaves migrated there in the 16th and 17th centuries. Recently, baggage screeners at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport got a surprise Wednesday afternoon when investigators say they found what appeared to be skull parts and teeth in the belongings of two women. According to the Broward Sheriff's Office, the women, whose names have not been released, were passing through security in Terminal 1 to catch an AirTran flight to Baltimore when the TSA agents spotted what appeared to be remains inside some wrapped ceramic pottery. The skull fragments were mixed in with dirt and rocks inside the pots. The two women had arrived in Miami from Cuba 2 days ago. While in Cuba, they purchased the pots for their homes, being told the pots would ward off evil spirits. Charges will not be pressed.
Un pollo muerto. A ver, a bendecir el desayuno. A bendecir el desayuno. Ay, chango. Chango, chango. Ok. A ver, un mamey. Qué rico. Ok. Y 2 manzanas para suerte. Para la suerte. Ok. Ok. Mira, mira, a ver, el desayuno que le dejé a Chango, que rico. El pollo muerto, los chirrios, el mamey, las 2 manzanas. Y el perro, le dejé un perro también.
Hola mi gente, en Cuba Travel Services seguimos ofertando los mejores precios en viajes a Cuba con la atención y seriedad que ustedes se merecen.
Ofrecemos vuelos a Cuba desde cualquier aeropuerto autorizado. Trámites de pasaportes, visados, boletos de avión, hoteles, renta de autos, paquetes a Cuba.
Atención, este mes tenemos una oferta caliente en su pasaje a Cuba con todo incluido. Mi consejo, antes de tomar una decisión, llame primero a Cuba Travel Services. Nuestros agentes están esperando su llamada. Llame ahora mismo.
Hello friend, my name is Rudy. I used to be gynecology in Cuba. Now I sell car here in America in TDN Aerosol. TDN Aerosol! What do we have? We have car. We have motorbike. We have a cat dog, but somebody stolen. It's not there. I am a Cuban gynecologist and American auto salesman. I want to liberate this Chevy Impala from the car lot. I need to free the mice, this Ford Explorer. We are on official inspection station. Do you have bad credit? Start the revolution. People with bad credit driving everywhere. This is our address. Our phone number, pre-qualified in this website.
Jefferson Bustillo, live on Channel 2 News. We'll be discussing on certain topics about Cuba, starting off with language. By Havana Times, there are very few good news stories to come out of the transatlantic slave trade, but there was one recently in Sierra Leone. 4 Cubans' ancestral roots have been traced by Dr. Emma Christopher of the University of Sydney in Australia. Using a collection of songs and dances a small group of Cubans have kept alive. After several years of research across Liberia and Sierra Leone, their origin was traced to Sierra Leone's Upper Banta chiefdom, where several of the Cuban songs and one of their dances were identified as part of the initiation rite of the now defunct Menda secret society. Nobody in either Sierra Leone or Cuba is a fluent Banta speaker anymore. The language has died out, but incredibly people on both sides of the Atlantic Ocean still sung songs in the old dialect. Whether the Cuban ancestors was one of the group is impossible to prove, but to some of the old people in Upper Banta, it seems that their ancestor stories of stolen people have been proved true. It took a couple of years for that to come about, because it was difficult for the Cubans to get permission to travel. With the recent change in the law, however, 4 of their number was at last able to return to their ancestral homeland.
Cuba is to get its first luxury golf project with officials approving plans for a $350 million development with an 18-hole course designed by golfing legend Tony Jacklin. The Garwanera Club, proposed by British firm Esencia, is the first of a dozen similar initiatives that have long been under consideration some 50 years after Fidel Castro famously ordered the island's golf courses to be shut down because he considered them snobbish. Esencia said that building work should begin next year on a design which would transform the area, as well as the golf course. The plans include the construction of an exclusive gated community of some 650 apartments and villas, and a hotel and a country club, with a tennis court, spa, and a yacht club.
Hoy yo vine a jugar golf en Cuba. Rolanda, fíjate, mira esto.
Ay, los mami.
In other news, there has been an increase in religious freedoms in Cuba. While the U.S. government reports that religious rights remain greatly restricted in Cuba, a cooperative Baptist fellowship official known as Ray Johnson said his own experience is that freedoms are improving on the communist island. However, the report also said that religious groups in Cuba report an improved ability to attract new members without government interference. Johnson said that he first visited in 2008 and then again in 2012, and that the situation for Cuban Baptists has greatly improved in that time. In addition to that, he said that there was a tremendous difference in the ability of churches to act and to worship. A mí me gusta leer la Biblia, un libro muy bueno. Todo el mundo debe leer este libro, es de mejor calidad.
The Cuban government says it's been a dramatic and unexplained drop in the harvest of vegetables and fruit in the first 3 months of the year. In a report, the Cuban National Statistics Office gave no reason for the production decline, despite government reforms to increase production in the Spanish-speaking country that depends more than $1.5 billion on food imports. The office said overall agricultural production, with the exception of sugarcane, declined by 7.8% in the first quarter of this year, compared to the first 3 months of 2012. Cuban President Raúl Castro has initiated a campaign to hasten domestic food production by leasing fallow states' lands to private farmers, hiking the prices that the government pays for agricultural goods, and easing state controls on the distribution network.
Go. Folk culture in Cuba has... Hey Renzo.
No, especially oh my god. What are you laughing at, bro? Your voice. That's not what I'm supposed to say. Todo el mundo debe leer este libro.
Ay, los mami.
Action.
Wanda, fíjate, mira esto.
Oh my god! You missed! Oh my god, okay, again.